Installation of Roxtec KFO 6x1 with flange. To install the Roxtec KFO 6x1 with flange, you need the sealing modules, sealing strip, the lubricant stick, the frame, a compression unit, and the stay plates. Use the flange to mark and drill the holes. Fasten the sealing strip on the outer edge of the flange until you reach your start point, and then continue to apply the strip on the inside of the holes until you reach the start point again. Attach the flange with the sealing strip facing the wall and tighten the screws. Lubricate the inside of the frame. Be sure to lubricate the corners. Feed the cables through the frame opening. Adapt the modules to the right cable diameter by removing layers from each half. It is important that there is a 0.1 to 1 mm gap between the module halves when fitting the cable. Peel off each layer until the module fits perfectly. Lubricate all the modules thoroughly on both the inside and the outside faces. Insert the modules starting with the largest modules first. Place a stay plate on top of every finished row of modules and continue to fill the packing space with cables, modules, and stay plates. Before installing the final row of modules, it is necessary to insert the two remaining stay plates. Install the final row of modules between the stay plates. Finish the installation with the Roxtec wedge. Make sure the bolts are loose and be sure that the marked side of the wedge is facing the stay plate. Lubricate and insert the wedge. Tighten the bolts alternately until stop, or to a maximum torque of 20 Nm. The wedge will compress and seal the transit, and the excess lubricant will be squeezed out.
The Roxtec wedge clip is included in the wedge kit. Install the wedge according to the assembly instructions. The clip can only be attached when the screws of the wedge are tightened to full stop. The purpose of the clip is to verify that the wedge is properly installed and tightened.
Reinstallation. It is easy to add a new cable. Turn the two screws counterclockwise until stop, and then remove the wedge. Lift the upper stay plate and take out a spare module, and feed the new cable through the frame. Adapt the module to the right cable diameter and make sure that there is a 0.1 to 1 mm gap. Lubricate thoroughly and then reinstall the module. Lubricate the Roxtec wedge and insert it into the frame. Tighten the bolts until stop.
The Roxtec wedge clip is included in the wedge kit. Install the wedge according to the assembly instructions. The clip can only be attached when the screws of the wedge are tightened to full stop. The purpose of the clip is to verify that the wedge is properly installed and tightened.
Roxtec KFO 6x1 with flange, open solution. The Roxtec KFO 6x1 with flange can easily be installed with existing cables. Dismantle the frame by removing all the bolts. Find the mark and saw through the short side of the flange. Position the flange around the existing cables. Cut off 10 centimeters of sealing strip and insert it into the cut to seal the flange. Separate the two frames into two parts and lubricate all connecting surfaces. Reassemble the frame parts around the cables, making sure that the countersunk holes are visible. Lubricate the frame surfaces that will come in contact with the flange and make sure the cut in the flange is pointing downwards. Insert all the nuts and bolts and tighten to a maximum torque of 14 Newton meters. Lubricant will be squeezed out. Fasten the sealing strip. Use the flange to mark and drill the holes in the wall. Attach the frame to the wall.